Hello everybody, this is Just Free Time here. Now, this is a video to say goodbye to Scottish Power. And say goodbye to this key, hopefully. So, for a while I've owed so-called £1,000 debt. And it's time to switch to EDF Energy. Now, I wasn't intending on doing this. I was going to see how long it would take until I could switch. But my mother has arranged some concern, and she does pay for my things as well as pay for my bills. Since my PIP allowance has been fucked with, and let's face facts here, all the others are playing nasty tricks on me. So, Mum pays for the electric, and she's noticed a really horrible trend with Scottish Power, and I've noticed this as well. 20, 30, 50 quid doesn't last very long on these things, especially with the debt you owe. I think the biggest mistake I did was continuing with Scottish Power when I first moved here. But again, that was my own fault. I thought I was stuck on it. I wasn't too sure about power companies too much. I should have researched it. But anyway, another biggest mistake of mine being on this company was going on this stupid key thing. Because this morning, well yesterday, I had £1 something on it, and it just ate it this morning and turned me off while I was in the middle of a call with Scottish Power, funnily enough, to see how much, well not to see how much I owe, I know how much I owe. I'm up to 712 or something daft. And it's probably going to go up because so-called consumption. But this may be the fucking month we can say bye-bye. Who knows? I didn't really want to end this company because it would mean that my dignity wouldn't be intact. But me and my mum have come to an arrangement to pay it off. So, yeah. I really didn't want to do this because the last time I was on the call to Scottish Power, I wasn't so friendly, put it that way, because they're cunts and they wouldn't listen to me. But in the end, they finally came up trumps today. She was actually nice on the phone for a change. They were actually nice on the phone, unlike before where they're like not giving a shit about your service as much. Oh, Royal Mail, that's a rarity as well. But yeah, this might be the end of this fucking thing. I might have to destroy it or shove it up my bum, but yeah, I got another one in the cupboard as well. I might as well just quickly verify that. Where is it now? There it is. There's the second, just to prove it's got number 2 on it. I haven't quickly edited that in because that's number 1. I was sent one in the post obviously, and I had a spare one already from the shop. And it was free, so I might as well have both of them. One for a backup. But I won't need these anymore. I might keep one of them, maybe as a momentum of how crap Scottish Power was. But yeah, I mean, it's so crappy. They don't even have a little logo in it. Look how basic that key is. Anyway, Scottish Power is shit. Don't go with Scottish Power. What have I learned for the 3 years? They fucking don't listen. They don't go on a fucking... Don't go on the key meter. They may say go on a key meter to sort of your debt, but don't. If you want to really fuck over this company, then fuck it over by not paying them at all. That's the best way forward. And then they could probably take you to court, but you can prove that they're more guilty than you are. Anyway, yeah, and I made it clear that electric companies are overcharging people for electric. And Scottish Power, if I actually looked up information on this, I would actually known when I moved here that Scottish Power's crap. Because I looked up reviews not too long back, and oh my god, the list was high of dislikes for the company. It was huge. I've never seen so many fucking dislikes for a company. But a lot of people got scammed and fucked with, and I put this little capture on the screen of someone that actually got frauded from them so badly. And I think someone was dead or something, I don't know. It was just weird experience. And if I could tell you how shit Scottish Power is, I might as well tell you this: BT is better than Scottish Power, because I know they're overpriced. I know they can also make up numbers as well, but at least they're not too much of a cunt when it comes up against switching providers. You can just easily go to anyone you want and fuck them over with a bigger bill. But these companies, if it's over 500, don't want to know about you. They don't care about you. They just want the debt paid off. So I'm going to be paying that off. Well, I'm not going to be paying it off. My mum's going to be paying it off. And I was really stressful yesterday. Today, I wasn't too good either. But yeah, I was very stressed. I had to quickly pop out and get some electric because my electric went off. Today's the 25th. Yesterday, I was stressing because my mum wouldn't stop texting me and all that sort of stuff about this sort of stuff. And it was like late at night. It's like 2 in the morning or something daft like that. But yeah, I can understand, that she's paying and it. But I've been saying for years to her that Scottish Power's been absolute shit. I got this because it was 50 pence. I wanted a quick drink on the way home. Not sponsored. Sour Cherry Energy. Best one, apparently. I want to see their crap one because this is not the best quality. Anyway, we'll see if I go woohoo with Sean, or it will be a disappointing, not edited video like I did with the last one that you never saw. That I thought they stole money off the emergency and fucked me over big time by putting me into zero, and I thought they did that, but Sean misread the meter and it was very funny. Yeah, just prove my electric's not on, or been on for the last 20 minutes. The clock on the microwave needs setting again because it relies on the power. There's no battery on board or anything, which I wish microwaves had, because the clock's there for a reason. Anyway, it's not ready. It's not really an emergency. You're not going to wake up to a fucking clock on the microwave. Anyway, we'll see how it goes. I hope this is the end. It might not be. I don't know. You know what they're like. You pay the debt off and it's still not enough. They wanted me to wire an extension over to the new provider, but I don't think I'll be fucking them over with that anytime soon, because I just want to pay the full... Well, Mum wants to pay the full amount off. So, yeah, who am I going with? Well, comment below if you know. But I've already said this. But yeah, EDF Energy is probably the best one. And yes, I've got to have to bite the bullet now and get a crappy smart meter, because they insist on it all the fucking time and they will not stop fucking advertising this shitty smart meter. So my privacy is completely in vain now. Not like it was before. Anyway, more progress as it goes along. Cheers. Jamie Oliver can fuck off. So, I thought I'd quickly update you on the Scottish Power video. It's now the 27th, and since that last video, I just realised what hypocrisy I said in that video. I said that I was willingly going to get a smart meter and with EDF Energy, but I really thought about this now, and I think, no, I'm not going to get it. As I said before, I want to be forced before I get it and then moan about it more when I'm forced to do it. Anyway, I looked online, or looked on a few videos, and apparently, and this is just apparently, they're starting to lose money on this project with the smart meter, and that's made me happy even more, because it just shows that if you force something on people, of course people are going to be like, fuck off. So what I've decided to do, because I still want to keep an eye on my consumption, I'm going to buy one of those energy meter things that you can clamp onto your, not onto your meter, but onto like a wire, and basically has a little transmitter box downstairs, and the idea then is I can have a little display thing upstairs here, and I'll be able to, because I live in a flat, you see, and then I'll keep an eye on my usage that way, because then, you know, I can see what the washing machine's using and etc. It'll probably be a novelty like everything else, like the smart meter is anyway, because it's a novelty, because once you've had it for a while, you just leave it there ticking away, and you don't keep an eye on it as much as anymore, and it's not that, useful. Somebody tells me that if I went on a smart meter, this would be jumping all the time. At the moment in time, it's not so bad. Yeah. So that's my idea. I'm not getting a smart meter. Fuck you lot, I'm not getting one. That believe that you should have one and should be forced to have one. Because I'm not having one. Fuck that. I'm not going to get radiated cancer from this fucking thing until it's actually forced, and then the court of law will have to sort that out, because I have to say, no, it's going to mess with my autism. So, fuck you, I'm not having one. Is autism difficult? I don't know, it's all fucking confusing. Anyway, I got one of these meters a while back now, and it keeps fluctuating, but that's because it's very, very sensitive. But this thing is excellent. If you ever have a smart meter, I recommend getting one of these and seeing how dangerous the EMF radiation is from this thing, because honestly, you have a lot of things in the house, like Wi-Fi devices. Let me just quickly show you if I can get away with it. Put it on top here like this, and as you can see what it says on there from the Wi-Fi from the Younow TV box, which is scary really, but again, Wi-Fi can easily be switched off, and smart meters can't be switched off unless there's either a mobile signal or Wi-Fi. So that's a scary thing, you can't turn that off. Well, you can turn it off, but then it'll get worse. Anyway, I've heard that, companies have actually had more problems with these smart meters, because you still have to read the fucking meter, because the bastard meter doesn't work properly. So yeah, fuck that. The technology is not working, and I'm not going for it. So I'm going to get my own little meter thing. I'll put it on the screen what it is up here or something. It's excellent. You just clamp it onto one of the wires, and it reads how much you're using anyway. So I don't know why they don't refer to that technology instead of the smart meters, because it's bullshit. It's cheaper, for fuck's sake. And they didn't have to roll in whatever, was it, a couple of million for this fucking project? Maybe 20 million, I can't remember what they said, but they wasted money when they could have improved other things, like, I don't know, their electrical systems and their stupid, crappy other meters and wind turbines and all sorts of shit. But no, they had to spend it on something we didn't really need, and, well, we don't need it all. I mean, it's bullshit. I mean, it's a nice piece of technology, don't get me wrong, but it's the wrong technology. If you have a simple meter thing that you can actually put onto your wire, that would be better, and that's what I'm doing. I'm getting one of those, and I'm gonna probably order it as soon as I get my tax refund that I got through the post recently, which is funny, really. Got that recently, so apparently I'm paying the government too much money again. So yeah, interesting fraud, the government, innit? Anyway, more updates as I come across them.
Hello everybody, so your old pal JJ's Free Time has asked me to give my opinion on Scottish Power, seeing as we're officially fucking them off. He would want my honest opinion of them. Well, first and foremost, they're quite possibly they're the biggest bunch of blithering, incompetent fuck-ups I've ever come across. That much I do remember about them, because you remember that whole, I don't know if you folks remember or if you've been keeping up to date, but you remember that whole engineering thing, right? Mm-hmm. Where they said they wanted to constantly send it out an engineer, and they just kept rescheduling it. We waited, they never fucking turned up, and they just kept fucking rescheduling it over and over again. Then finally, when we asked them, they said that they couldn't send an engineer around because of some energy belt bollocks, some cockable story, which I don't believe for a fucking second.
The actual story was that that they had an emergency.
We had an emergency, but that was the that still makes me crack up to this day. And what else? Didn't you also have payment problems as well? Because I remember there was a hilarious incident involving payments or something.
Basically, what happened was we were shocked that even though we've been paying them quite a lot of money, it wasn't like small amounts of like 50s, 80s, loads of that throughout the month, that it still was a grand in debt.
That was another thing. Even though we kept fucking paying them off, they still put the bill bloody right back up again, which is very fucking devious and sly of them.
And since we haven't been using as much electric, we have kind of gone down, but not that much. Yeah, and like 712 I'm up to, or whatever it is, I can't remember, but it's going to go up, I know it is.
Just plain old incompetent and overpriced, really. What else? But that was another incident.
It makes me laugh though, but that they say that I was on the cheapest tariff as well. When we fully know that other people like EDF Energy are much better than this.
I'm trying to think what other hilarious incidents there were, because there was that engineering incident that just absolutely fucking wet myself with laughter. What else? There was a few others. I'm trying to think. We did videos on it. I can't fucking remember. There was the engineering debacle. What else?
They forgot about my debt at one point.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I forgot about his debt. I remember that. What specific debt did it happen again? Oh yeah, was it to do with that them not taking their debt off the meter or something?
No, what happened was, they were like, I can't remember what it was. I think it was something of the phone call that they gave me. I gave them a call or something because they were asking me to do something. I can't remember, but they then all of a sudden didn't realise what my debt was, and it just made me laugh. You know, I mean, how can you forget £1,000 debt? I mean, it's impossible. How can it just disappear? I wish it would disappear from the record sale, but unfortunately, my mother's going to have to bail out me again. That's going to be great.
Yeah. But yeah, to be honest, that's also another thing. There's been so many like comical instances involving these guys. I can't keep track of them. Like I can't even remember. Like the only one I can remember off the top of my head was the whole engineering one, because it's the only one that sticks out.
It was bad, wasn't it? We had to turn off the air conditioning and.
Which, by the way, I came down with humidity sickness because Jacob had to turn the aircon off.
The humidity, I'm not going to lie, was over 70-80%. It was getting to that point where everyone was like,
it was really
unhappy.
It was really moist in here, and I suffered great humidity sickness.
And the little humidifier was really trying, but it wasn't doing anything. And yeah. So yeah, that's a bit of a problem. What else was there? There was a lot of problems with them. First of all, the meter engineer was taking forever.
Taking forever is an understatement.
They kept charging me £100 a month, even though the fact that I wasn't using as much electric. You know fully well I only use LEDs, and the hallway lights are only on because it's dark in that hallway and it has to be on. And now I've got them on sensors, so you know if you walk into it, it actually turns on. I think even when I was on the gas supply of them as well, they were overcharging because it was not very good. It was like £60 a month or something daft, and it wasn't the best.
Yeah, just bottom line, just people just don't go with Scottish Power. They're incompetent, and it's like one other user said on here. It's like you're nothing to them. Like customers don't mean dick to them. Like you're just a number.
Also, there was that horrible incident that we had where I was trying to talk to her on the phone, and she rudely said that I was swearing, even though the fact that all I said was bloody. Well, how is bloody a bloody word, a fucking swear word? Fuck it. I said to her, look, bloody's not a swear word. Fucking is a swear word. That's a big difference. And she hung up on me.
Yeah, I remember.
And she fucking hung up. No lie, people. No lie. These people are. Yeah, and it's funny, you know, you can't swear at them, but they can overcharge and fuck you over. That's what I really don't get. Their contracts mean nothing to us.
No, as I said, it's like one user said to them, you're just a number.
14.9 kilowatts, really high, and for considering the fact that they used to be a cheap company at one point, they're no longer cheap anymore.
14.9 pence per kilowatt, that was their usage.
Yeah, and now it's 14.6 apparently I've been quoted, so a little bit of a change, but at least it's a better company, I hope, because I'm hoping that this company doesn't, push me for smart meters. Oh yeah, there's one more thing I need to put forward. I have to be on the front of the camera this one. What happened was, while I was, in debt, and while I was, putting like that key meter in and all that, I kept getting these fucking hilarious letters about smart meters. And basically, what the smart meter said, the smart meter letter said, right, Sean, was that they're available in my area. Now, put into consideration that this was at the time we was getting a different meter installed, and they sent me this letter. And what was funny was they could send me a smart meter the next day, but they were taking 2 months to get one other one installed. It's like they want you on these smart meters quickly, isn't it?
Yeah, that's totally a coincidence. That's totally nothing to do with their fucking shitty 2019 deadline I have to meet. No, of course not. Very
2020 actually.
2020. I thought it was 2019.
Yeah, 2020.
Oh, okay. Well,
They changed the date, I think.
I wonder why.
They haven't been doing very well in sales, let's put it that way.
They haven't been doing well on anything. And even, from what I gather, they even treat their employees like shit and all. Scottish Power have no respect for anybody, not their customers, not their employees, nobody.
And what was funny is I asked Scottish Power woman what she's on, what provider she's on. Not one of them said Scottish Power.
Really?
Yeah. I swear to you, right? Stop laughing. It's not genuine enough. I swear to you, when we was on Scottish Power, well, we're still on it at the moment in time. This is present day, unfortunately. when I was getting this other meter installed, I was asking about this meter and all this smart meters and all this shit, and I asked questions about all the facts about the radiation and all that. He fucking ignored it. And then I asked him, what provider are you with? And not once on any of the calls I asked said Scottish Power. Honestly, some of them said EDF Energy, E.ON, they said British Gas. So if British Gas is head of them, what is that saying about Scottish Power? This is supposed to be an amazing company that's supposed to save you money, and it doesn't save you dick, to be honest. It doesn't save you dick, and yet it's available in most of my area and most of fucking other areas, and it's just ridiculous that they're working for a company and they're not actually with this company that much. That just screams how shit they are. Sorry for that, but continue on.
But yeah, all I have to say about literally I have 2 words to say about Scottish Power: incompetent and shit, and incompetent and overpriced. That's all I have to say. I really genuinely have nothing else to say about Scottish Power. It's literally been the worst experience of our lives.
I know British Gas does near the same shit. You know, they overcharge their customers now and again and strip the poor from all their money. But Scottish Power is pretty bad at this as well. I mean, they put $1,000 on my debt out of fucking nowhere with my meter reading, and they wanted me to pay like $100 a month fully for what I used, and I didn't really use £100 a month all the time. It was mostly 60, 50. So it wasn't like huge amounts, and I was on my own at the time. So yeah. And this made me laugh as well. When you weren't friends with me at the time, I gave them a call, right? And I said to them that most of my friend did this debt, if it is this sort of money on the debt, basically if it was £1,000 on debt. And they said to me, can't you write to him? And I said, how can I write to him when he doesn't answer his phone? Or, replies to any of my messages? So, they wanted me to pin it on you, basically, you, for the usage, right? But yet again, you couldn't, because we weren't friends at the time. And that's what I said, I wasn't friends at the time. How am I supposed to chase up a guy that's probably moved since then, or maybe done something else, but it turns out he didn't in the end, but I didn't know at the time. I just thought, well, he's probably moved, he's probably ignoring his phone calls, whatever. And, Scottish Power basically was ignorant and said, chase up with someone that I said wasn't available, basically. There's lots more, actually, I think, going to it. Yeah, the website is awful, by the way, as well, Scottish Power. I mean, you have 3 things on the screen: goodbye cycle, and closed, and then an open one. Wouldn't it be more sense to take the 2 away and just leave the open account on? The one that I've got a so-called meter on, and it's a smart meter. I wouldn't be going that far. I don't think we're getting that one. I'm using the stupid key meter thing, and obviously Obviously, it's on their stupid database. But yeah, it's really, I find it funny that they give their smart meter customers more respect than me, really, with their dates and everything, with the engineers. Mm-hmm. Unless they're rare enough that you can't find the meters anymore. Which I'm going to have to ring up EDF Energy and ask if I can have an older meter, but I don't think I can, so I'm going to have to be stuck with a key meter, which is probably okay, because yeah, it means that no engineers, no failures, no problems, because it's becoming the summer now, so it won't be a problem to me either. But yeah, I don't want a smart meter now. But yeah, I'm going to get one of those readers that I mentioned in the last clip. So yeah, just all that shit now is gone now. There's no more waiting for Scottish Power. There's no more fucking around, hopefully, with the electric, hopefully. And we can officially snap the key in half at the end of this clip, so that's what we're going to be doing. Snapping one of the keys. I've decided just get, the second one, not the first one, because the first one is... In fact, shall we do it now?
Yeah, the second one, why not?
Because this one's never going to be used anyway. There's only a spare key. This is the spare key right here. I want you to officially snap it in frustration of Scottish Power.
There we go.
Harder than you thought, wasn't it?
Yeah, no, this bit's rock solid. I'm going to leave that bit to you because that's the main bit.
No, we're going to probably put that in the fire later, but yeah. This, and just to show that wasn't the main key, and I'm not going to be without electric. This is the other one that I got. We might snap this, I don't know. I might keep it as a momentum of all the shit that they gave me. I mean, just look how basic that key is, look. Can you see? Look how basic that key is, Sean. It doesn't even have Scottish Power written on it. You know how British Gas has theirs on it? This one doesn't even have that. Look how fucking boring it is. And it's not like I got this from a local shop and this is the colour of it. I mean, the other spare one doesn't even have their fucking logo printed on it. So does that tell you about Scottish Power? They're too cheap for their own good. Anyway, camera is getting a bit low on battery now. So yeah, that's what you think.
Yeah, just incompetent and overpriced. That's all I have to say on Scottish Power.
So
incompetent, overpriced, and uncaring. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, they say that these people care and look after your world, but it's bullshit. Always bullshit. Anyway, we'll see you hopefully in the next clip and see what happens. Right, so it's the 30th now on the Scottish Power update, and I've got to quickly update you, obviously, on the experience so far. So, well, laughingly, I've managed to only pay 3/4 of Scottish Power's debt. But the good news is EDF Energy now can easily switch me over unless they want to be cunts, which I hope not, because I'm not really in debt anymore. I mean, I've only got 180 something pounds left in debt because of the 3/4 of the way through. Apparently, they said I used another 100 quid's worth of electric, so obviously it went up to 800 again, not 712. And I don't understand that. It's the summer and I don't use much electric, so I don't understand that. Anyway, I managed to pay 3/4 off, and then got a few supplies. Like I wanted to get some bathroom cork stuff so I can, do the bathroom up, and got some more batteries and stuff, and such and so forth to keep me going throughout the month of being poor. Now, we rang them up again later on because Mum was willingly paying off the rest of the debt because she gets worried about these sort of things. And I rang up and the systems were down soon after I paid the debt of 700 quid. I only owe 182, by the way, or maybe less, because my mate Sean is actually going to get some more electric, so obviously it's going to be less than that eventually. Hopefully it's going to be less. So yeah, I don't understand how the system just went down all of a sudden after that big amount of money I gave them earlier. All the systems are down, laughingly. And yeah, so I'm going to have to put up with that stupid fact. But Yeah, at least I've paid off 33. Well, I didn't pay it off, but at least it's been paid off, 3/4 of it now, and now I can rest easier and use as much as much electric as I can, and be safer this time with the amount of electric I use. I've already ordered one of those home monitors that you can either hang on your wall and or put onto the side, and then you clamp it onto your meter, etc. Like I said in the last one, I've already ordered one. It's in the post. It'll be here tomorrow, hopefully, and then I can pay off the rest of the so-called debt that I owe Scottish Power. And here we come, EDF. Yeah, let me just say, Scottish Power, I'm so fucking glad it's over. The computer system's always not working right, or something's not right, and you're a bunch of fucking pricking liars, aren't you? I mean, all you seem to do is bully people into electric costs. I know all the rest do that, but fuck me. It's just like, calm down, you know what I mean? Anyway, I'm so glad I'm getting away from this shit company. I recommend you guys, if you're on it, switch her fuck immediately if you're not in debt. Anyway, more as I come along. Oh, welcome to another Scottish Power update. The reason I went, just had a lot of food. So, here's the update. It's all paid off. So yeah, well, apart from 110, but I can do that, you know, next month or something. They've now frozen that account now, so now I'm technically moving to EDF Energy, and you know, the debt of 17 quid has been lifted off the key, so it's technically time to destroy it. But I'm not going to destroy it. I'm going to keep it for the shit times, for some reason. I'm not a collector, honestly. So I got this through the post. My little money saving meter thing, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to unbox it for you quickly and we'll see what's inside. But yeah, the switch actually was quite easy, considering that they got money in the end. But yeah, the money now has been paid, apart from one £10 note, but I'm sure they'll let me off, or I can fuck them in the house with it now. I'll just pay it whenever it can be asked. Let them wait for a bit. Anyway, I'm going to unbox this thing now, and we're going to see what's inside and see if I can save some electricity. But first I need to find the fucking tripod mount. I can't find it anywhere, so we'll see in a few. So here it is. Let's save some money, it says. And it's minimum plus, whatever that is. It's a very eco-friendly piece of shit box. Let's put it that way. As you can tell, I'm pretty shit at unboxings. Pretty shit. Pretty good at sometimes. Better than most. And there's the quick start guide. And here is the take our energy challenge and save up to 50 quid, basically. And basically just tells you information about usage and bullshit, but that's not why we're here. We want the unit. So here is the unit itself. It's a screen, has buttons, and I'm going to take this plastic crap off. It's there we go. Stick that on the disc and worry about it later. Has a little port on the right hand side there. Hook on the back so you can knacker your walls with it. It's a nice looking design actually, and it stands pretty nicely as well. Right, let's see what else we got. We have the power box thing itself, and if you open it out, oh, it's already got batteries. Interesting. Oh, what's the battery? See what you get actually with it. We've got a, I can't even read that. It's really weird. It's a alkaline battery, which is nice of them. They've given us a alkaline battery. So just pull out the tab, but I've already done that. And it's already on, and it's already blinking crazy. Right, we'll get to that in a minute. What else we got in here? We've got the power clamp thing that you put onto your meter thing. We've got the USB powered plug. That's interesting. And because I'm in the UK, obviously, I have to put on this UK plug thing somehow. quite warm today in the UK, by the way. Not gonna lie. How do you put this on? That makes things very simple. Anyway, that's something to figure out later. USB thing here, and European one if you're in Europe. Again, if you're in Europe, would your meters be different? I haven't got a clue. So basically, you put this into the jack here. There's 3 of them, so that's quite interesting. I'm gonna have to read this later on, and basically you unclip this and put it onto your wire. Okay, I'm gonna quickly read the instructions and we'll see what happens. So there it is in its cubbyhole. Now, I was scared about signal. There was nothing to worry about. It's actually 2 bars in this bit. So I've left the meter here connected to one of the UPSs. So when the power goes out, this still is running somehow. It was easy to clip on actually. It's a little bit bulgy down there. I might have to clean it up a little bit, but I'm not sure. But it looks like so far so good. And the great thing is it's counted today without it counting on its own, if you know what I mean. So that's pretty awesome. So it'll be interesting to see how much energy I'm using. At the moment I'm using piss all. Look at that. I told you I don't use much. If we go to this, it says 500 watts. Well, 510. That's because the telly's on in the other room. And a few other things. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how long my credit lasts for, and it even tells me my budget for today, which is £1.97, and 15 pence has already been used, even though the fact I've only just installed this. How interesting. So it's going to be interesting to see what this thing is using. I've just cleaned it out, so yeah, obviously it's used 15 pence today, but yeah, I'm impressed and can't wait to be an EDF Energy customer. Fuck you, Scottish Power. Right, so it's the next day after that last clip you saw of the meter device. I wasn't really too happy with where I put it. I mean, I managed to play with it. Sounds wrong. I managed to play with it a couple of times to get it to the setting I needed to, but unfortunately I had a few problems, and I'm going to quickly show you the problems. So yeah, the last shot you saw was the meter being here and the wire being a right fucking mess. Well, I wasn't too happy with that. I mean, I tried taping it onto the wall here, but no matter what I did, the signal was still poor and still was not working right, and it was a right fucking mess. So I decided to take the tape off. Amazingly, it didn't rip any of the wall apart. But what I decided to do was I got one of my old adapters that I had, basically, so when I cooked food or whatever, I could, you know, get the adapter out and plug it into that adapter. I know it's a bit dangerous, but with lack of sockets, what can you do in a house like this? Anyway, I've managed to put a wire up here that's plugged into the adapter itself, and what I realised about this place, well, years ago even, was that there was a little hole on the side. I wasn't too sure what it was about, and then I realised, you know, why don't I just poke the adapter down from that hole? So that's exactly what I did, and it's a lot more freer now, which means that if I find out the signal is a lot better over here, for example, I can just pop it on the side there. Yeah, so how are we getting on? Well, we've realised how much of a fucking rip-off Scottish Power is. This morning my meter went down £2, and this thing said, and I'm not mistaking this, that we used only roughly about 20 something pence. I'm not even joking. That just shows what Scottish Power is capable of. But apparently I've got £2 debt on it for some reason, because I'm paying for the meter for some reason. No idea why. I never understood their logic. But anyway, this is pretty good. You can actually set like budgets and all sorts of stuff, and I quite like it. So it'll be interesting to see if EDF Energy or Scottish Power, you know, prove to be liars, and it's already proven that. So yeah, pretty happy with it. We're now going to see what Sean thinks to it very quickly, and try and wrap this video up when we get the new key and all that crap. So we'll see you soon.
Yeah, so Jacob's handed the camera over to me for me to tell you guys what I think about this thing right here. And apart from the minor signalling problems there, it actually looks like a really good little gadget, you know, a great alternative to a smart meter.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention about the signal interruption, didn't I?
Yeah, apart from the, what's the name? because no word of a lie, we have been having some minor problems with the signal, but apart from that, it is a bloody good gadget, and I would definitely recommend you lot getting hold of it.
I think the signal problem was mostly due to the fact that the smart meters, to be honest,
mostly smart meter interference, because where we've put it, there's like a whole bunch of bloody smart meters, and as we all know, they radiate. So chances are it's probably just like interfering with the signals. But yeah, apart from that, it's a good gadget, and that's all I have to say on the matter.
Yeah, the signal, was like flashing this morning, and I never understood why. What I've done is I've tried to get it away from the smart meters more to see if that would help, and it seems to be helping so far. But again, it was on 2 bars yesterday, and then it went back down to 1 about night time. So I'm guessing when everyone's home, obviously the smart meters wake up and think, oh, we need to get in action, etc., 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 and then it radiates the fuck out of my little thing, and the poor thing loses signal or goes to 1 bar. So I'm really upset, that it does that. But again, they can't help it. I mean, they didn't think of this years ago, so I'll let them off. And yeah, it's a good little meter. I mean, I realise now exactly how much of a con artist they are. I mean, you can just set your budgets and all sorts of shit, and it's really good. We put 60 quid on it because I think it's fair that we only use 30 each month. But yeah, more science as we come across, I guess. I mean, there's not much else to really say. I mean, I can show you the new EDF Energy key and compare it to the crappy Scottish Power lack of design. But yeah, I'm like been reading through this, and it's a sad shame that my meter is all the way downstairs, because when the fucking thing loses signal, it's a right fucking pain in the arse to fix it again. But if it was up here, we wouldn't have to worry about it anyway, because it'd be like 3 bars. Because basically, I think we figured out yesterday, me and Sean, that the reason why it's all the way downstairs is because it's supposed to be a hassle-free way of, hassle-free way of the meters being read or something.
Yeah, it was supposed to be so that the meter man wouldn't have to keep knocking on the door and constantly like intruding on our day, if you will. But the downstairs door's locked, so kind of makes it fucking pointless.
Yeah, exactly. If TV licensing can't get through it, I doubt they can get through it. So pointless. Just put them in the fucking cupboard. It would have made more sense. It wouldn't be a burden. There's a lot of room in there anyway, so it wouldn't be in the fucking hindrance of the. It wouldn't be a hindrance anyway. Let's put it that way. Anyway, again, time to say fucking goodbye to Scottish Power at the end of this video. We'll show off the new key and all that, and then we'll officially end the video or something like that. So you'll see you then. And today's date is the 2nd, so just to let you know that this is kind of a project. So just like the Scottish Power 3 one, where they fucked up on the fucking meter when they had to put a new one in. It took them forever. Anyway, more bullshit to come along. Wow, don't I feel like a fucking idiot. Right, let me explain what happened yesterday. There was me, happy about this meter. No, it's not meter. It's one of those things that kind of reads through usage. What do you call them? They're like meters, but something else. Anyways, I can't put my finger on it. I put it on the screen if I'm shouting at myself again. Now, yesterday I was like, we're doing pretty well, etc. For the last couple of days, I was like, oh yeah, Scottish Power is like overcharging us on a video as well, and in the same clip as well, and then realised that when you go to this setting and you type in your tariff, I forgot that the extra number on the end means the millipence or whatever it is, and the 2 digits mean pence. Now, why is that a problem? Because I put 0 and then I put 16 right here, and it thought I was on 1.5 pence per kilo, 1.6 pence, or even better, 1 pence 6. So he thought I was getting really cheap energy and it was calculating it wrong, so I put the right thing in. I don't know why there isn't a decimal point near the 5, but never mind. And yeah, and I also had to remove another thing on this thing. I had to go to... I've gone past it. Oh yeah, I've also set timers on this thing, so it turns the display off at night when it's not really in use. Let's see. The daily sync thing had 15 pence added on top of it, so I had to put it to 0 because I don't really have any debt at the moment that I need to clarify, or standing charge at the moment that I can clarify. But yeah, that was a bit of a burden, and I feel really embarrassed by that fact. But yeah, it's now understandably £1, 3 reviews, and you know it's only 1 o'clock. So yeah, that's Scottish Power ripping us off right there, because 16 pence per kilowatt is a bit shit, innit? I'm hoping that the 14.6 is going to be a big improvement to this. It said I was in the red last night, but that was only because of the fact that it was a new day and already I used 20 pence, and I don't know how that's been possible with Scottish Power giving us crappy results. They said that we're always on the cheap tariff, but this is not cheap, is it? Anyway, we will now show you the key. This is just a little announcement because I fucked up. I needed to show you that. So now we're going to show you this fucking key. I know. I was meant to get to the key. I was meant to show you the key, the new key and all that, and I know it's getting on to an hour in the video, but I need to tell you that Scottish Power is trying to bully me back on their provider a little bit by giving me a phone call on the phone saying, oh, why are you leaving, blah, 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 etc., etc. And, you know, it's just like the O2 thing that went on, or whatever I switched providers with, and all of a sudden they always want to know why the fuck you're switching, even though you already switched, or going to. And I also got this as well, a letter. And it's just them weeping. But do you know what, Scottish Power? If you improve yourself, I still won't go here. You can fuck right off. This one says, Scottish Power, I've blanked out my address and such. And it says, we're sorry to see you go. Yours truly. We're sorry to hear that you have chosen to switch to another supplier. I bet you are. We really don't want to see you go, but we do want to help make sure you're kept informed. Kept informed. Now remember that, because when I tried to find out exactly what my kilowatt usage is, not a problem, but when it came up to something else, what was it, the other tariff standard charge or whatever it was, didn't tell me a fucking thing. Probably charged me more than I should know. And then it says, what happens next? Basically, well, I'll tell you what's going to happen next. EDF is going to take over. That's how it's going to happen. And you've got to keep sobbing behind the cushion because I finally left your ass. Start tracking your switch. Why would I want to track it on your company? Anyway, that's the letter anyway. It just says, why stay with us? And it gives you excuses after another. And it says, find out if you could save by switching with us. Right. And then it gives you this bullshit, step-by-step bullshit that is on the website. So they're trying to bully me into staying in a way. And that's what I have to say to that. Step 1, switch starts. Well, I hope it fucking does. Switch complete. Final bill created. Now, I don't know what that means, final bill created, because I don't owe you anything, Scottish Power, and I'm not going to owe you anything ever again. You cunts. You can just rot and die. If it's £100 debt, you can piss off. Because I'm already switching to EDF Energy, you can swivel. And then there's step 4, energy account closed, which I hope is what's going to happen with these cunts very quickly. So yeah, basically I got this through the post, and it says also you can contact them on this bit. But we know what we can say to this one, Sean, can't we? This is going in the shredder.
Yep.
I mean, it's disgusting that they can't just leave me the fuck alone to switch providers. They have to be like this. And yeah, it's just disgusting how Scottish Power and many other companies do this. It's about time they stop sobbing and actually see why the fuck people are switching. You know what I mean? I mean, they asked me on the phone as well why the fuck I was switching, and I said I could do better. Exactly what I said before. I could do better. It's lousy, and there's not a huge enough script to fucking talk about them. So yeah, good fucking riddance, and hopefully we'll not see this logo very long. Anyway, we're now going to hopefully show you the key. Right, so here is the old Scottish Power key. Very boring, very plain, doesn't even have their logo on it. I had to put a 1 on it because I had 2 of them because of, well, one was sent in the post, the one that we destroyed, and the other one, that one, is one I got from the local shop. Anyway, this is the new key, EDF Energy. See, look, Scottish Power. This is how you put your logos on. So yeah, I do love the way that this is blue and black. I wonder if that indicates the blue plan, because that's what I'm on, the blue plan. This is obviously the Scottish Power key, and I don't know, same quality key, but at least it has a little, you know, little logo thing on it to let you know what it is. This one had no effort at all from Scottish Power, but meanwhile EDF does it, so there you go. That's what the key looks like. It looks beautiful. Let's quickly get both of these keys open and show you it. I haven't put the key yet in the meter because there's still some money on it, and I want to get rid of all the Scottish Power's money on it. Anyway, so that's the one from Scottish Power. Then this one is from EDF. Turn it over, you can see the difference between them both. So yeah, as you can tell, EDF looks better. Anyway, time to say goodbye to this piece of shit key and welcome EDF with open arms, with better deals, better everything else, and you know, even a better logo on your key, for God's sake. You even have one on your key, unlike Scottish Power that didn't. Anyway, the beeps that you can hear is my dishwasher, because I do this take the second time because the first one went wrong. Anyway, we will keep you posted in about 3 days, maybe 6, when we're on the key, exactly how it's all gone. So we're finally over to EDF Energy. This afternoon we put 30 quid on the new EDF key. I had to put the EDF key in first because I wasn't too sure if something would have gone wrong, but it didn't. So I did that. So yeah, £30 now has been added to the new EDF key thing, you know, in the meter thing, you know. And yeah, I noticed that the debt was removed, the £2 whatever the fuck it was from Scottish Power. So you know, they have removed that at least. They're true to their word on that one. Yeah, the standing rates are like, you know, only, was it not standing rate, it's service charge of 30 pence, like I said before, 30.6 something, I believe. So yeah, it's now 14.6, so we should be more better now with electric usage. Well, not even that, I think Scottish Power just ripping us off. Anyway, let's have a little look at my little meter and show you what I've done. So here it is, and if you hold on to it, go to budget, we're still on 60. Testing out money at the moment. The tariff is 14.6 now, although there's no decimal point for some reason. And the service charge will be, I think I got it wrong. I'm not sure if that's, so that is a decimal. So I've already messed up this thing already, but yeah, I'm going to change that now to 30 because it's 30 pence service charge. I never understood why they have to put a decimal point to it. Just say 30, that would make more sense, wouldn't it? Anyway, we put this up to 30. We really ripped a lot of electric yesterday, just to let you know. But yeah, and it's 30. I'm going to put that there because I need to check what it was. So I've already messed up the service charge there. See, I learned these things so you don't have to. Right, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is it 4? Yep, that's correct. So yeah, it's now 30.4. So as you can see, the meter's changed. We go back to it. I could show you. And we've got budget. Hello. You can see my face. That's not a good sign. We've got tariff, which is 14.6, 30.4. So yeah, let's go back to. And yeah, I still got the timer on this thing for at night time, so it's not you. Well, no one's got to see what they're using at night, so it doesn't matter what. Tariff 14.6, 30.4. Perfect. I don't know if that's good, the service charge, but Scottish Power didn't tell me dick about the last amount at all of the service charge, unless they did in the letter when I switched over to the other key. But as per usual, I was pissed off with them, so I shredded it, and I shredded it because there was no point in it either, so that's why I shred my stuff. But yeah, that's yeah, I believe it said 230, so I think they were charging me maybe 35 pence service charge, so at least I'm not on that sucky deal anymore on the service charge. Anyway, we also went to Lidl, and he got some freeway cola that didn't taste like shit for a change, because since they changed the recipe, it tasted like shit, so there's that.
Oh, one more thing.
Remove your receipts and then we'll point it to your face, because it's got your information on. Go ahead.
Highly recommend Lidl's blueberry donuts.
Yes.
That is all.
So yeah, we'll keep you updated and tell you how it goes. But to be honest, I think we're doing well already. Switching over to a better provider, EDF Energy. I mean, don't get me wrong. Some people have said that EDF is not that good, but Scottish Power is the worst one. I think cross between, what is it, British wankovers. So anyway, that's enough from me. It's a lovely sunny day outside. We got some blueberry donuts, like you said, and a load of other shit, and yeah, we went to Lidl basically. Shooters. We're not very healthy eaters. Anyway, before I probably have some form of seizure or something, I'm going to end it here now. Right, the date now is the 30th of the 5th. A couple of days, well, a couple of weeks until I'll piss off back to Sleaford actually. So far, I think EDF Energy has done us proud so far. There has been a little hiccup here and there with them ringing me randomly, but that was because of a database more than anything else. The money scenario actually is cheaper with them, because I noticed with Scottish Power they just made up any old bollocks on the top of their heads by the looks of it and put it in the meter, which means, you know, that's really bad, and just avoid them with the fucking plague, that's what I have to say. With this meter, I've decided that little meter thing that's clamped onto my other meter. Basically, I've decided to make it £70 for the next month, just to see how it goes. I've already topped up £10 extra on it, so I've put 70 in, and now it's £2.30. So even if that works out, that will be even cheaper than the £100 a month they were charging me with Scottish Power. So we've saved 30 quid, technically, and that's for two of us. If that was for me alone, it would probably be 40, and it would be way cheaper than the crappy £100 they estimate up the arse.
Yes, good.
So, in conclusion, don't go with Scottish Power. This is exactly what happens. They fuck you over some way or another, and yeah, just disgusting fucking thing it is. We've only used £1.26 and it's only 4 o'clock nearly, so it just shows, you know, switching providers really help. I mean, 16 pence per kilowatt, that was shit. 14.6 is probably your best bet, or 13 with bulb or whatever it's called. Just, you know, this is the point I'm trying to say, you know, it's not bad that we're switching providers all the time, is it, Sean? It's just having a variety of better choice. If something sucks, get the fuck away from it, which is why I'm moving to the post office soon from Now TV. That video is also available on YouTube if you want to see it. Anyway, this concludes it. Scottish Power is shit. It's been the shittest ride we've ever had since 2015. We're so glad that we've moved away from it, and yeah, glad to get away from it. I mean, I thought we was going to be here forever with Scottish Power, but thanks to my mother, we're off it. So yeah, that's it. That concludes the end of it now. These meters are very cheap to buy. If you don't want a smart meter, I would recommend going for something like this. This is a cheap way of doing it. All you have to do is clamp something onto your wire, and bada bing, bada boom, putting your estimates in, and you're done, really. And that's not on properly for some reason. Never mind. Things I do for YouTube. Anyway, this concludes it. It's been an hour. How do you feel yourself? With Scottish Power.
Pretty damn good. Pretty damn good. I can now go about my day comfortably, knowing that we never hear the name Scottish or Power ever again.
Or SP, as they like to be called.
SP.
Or PMT.
In fact, I think this will be the last time. I've made a rule never to say the name, but for this one bit of the video, I'm actually going to say their name one more time. This will be the last time I ever mention their name ever again.
I think in this house now we're going to call it SP or PMT, or even better, we would just call it He Shall Not Be Named.
Them Who Shan't Be Named.
Yeah. Yeah, so, yeah. If you can get away with it, get away from this provider, it's crap.
Sorry I keep looking over to there, but I got something in the microwave.
Yeah, that's just how much we give a shit about these fucks. But yeah, just to end off the video, you know, have a variety. Don't be stuck with one provider for the rest of your life. Always explore, that's what I have to say. Even if it has to be Scottish Power, N-Power, or British fucking Gas, you know, or even better, EDF Energy, or any other good ones out there. You know, have a variety. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, guys. Thanks for joining me on this journey. I'm about to sneeze as well. That's not good. No, I'm not. So, this concludes the end of the video. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe. And now we can enjoy cheap electricity. Cheerio.